This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On first down, Gibson. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
By the Seahawks. They'll take over first and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 16 carries, 72 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Wilson.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
At the 15-yard line.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Russell Wilson.
It's up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down.
Washington.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll find Washington. That's complete.
Washington. That's good for a Washington.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now it's Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Smith. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. To the air again, Smith. This is brought in by Gibson. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Smith's pass.
Not much there, only a yard.
Gibson.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Thomas, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
All Adams.
Out of the gun, Smith. Got an open man, finds Gibson.
Antonio.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards the pickup, 1st down Washington. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, here's Smith. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
After review of the play,
this challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
17-yard line.
From the red zone now, Smith. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Will take over 1st and 10.
At 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Browns who are out on top. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Nick Foles with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the...
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it first and 10. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Carson, the Seahawk ball.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Carson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that will be incomplete.
Wilson's
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the Seahawks.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, an 80-yard touchdown. And Washington has taken the lead.
On for the extra point.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
3-yard line.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They run it with Carson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The tackle made.
Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Carson will take the handoff out of the option play. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Flush to, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Smith's pass complete to Antonio Gibson.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Smith. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Smith. And it's brought in by Washington. That'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw. The throw taken in by Sims. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime.
1-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Wilson's pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10.
So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will be all smiles in Georgetown tonight as Washington has won it.
Seahawks 10.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the